Ecclesiastes Chapter 3 opens with the well-known passage that describes a time for every purpose under heaven. The teacher lists a series of opposites, such as a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to weep and a time to laugh, emphasizing the cyclical nature of life and the divine order of these seasons. This passage highlights that life is full of contrasts and changes, all of which have their place and purpose in the grand design of existence. It suggests that there is a divine timing for everything, even if humans do not always understand it. The teacher then reflects on the concept of eternity and humanity's inability to fully grasp God's work. He observes that God has set eternity in the human heart, meaning people have a sense of the eternal but cannot understand it entirely. Despite their longing to understand life's mysteries, humans cannot see the complete picture of God's work from beginning to end. This limited perspective leads the teacher to conclude that the best thing people can do is to enjoy their work and find satisfaction in life, as these moments of joy are gifts from God. In the following verses, the teacher addresses the permanence of God's actions compared to the fleeting nature of human endeavors. He notes that whatever God does is enduring and cannot be added to or taken away, which stands in contrast to human activities that often seem futile. This concept underscores God's sovereignty and the idea that everything has a purpose within His design. It encourages humility, as people are reminded of their limitations and the fact that they cannot alter God's eternal plan. The chapter closes with the teacher contemplating the existence of injustice in the world, where the righteous suffer and the wicked prosper. He acknowledges that there will be a time for judgment, as God will ultimately hold people accountable for their actions. This reflection leads him to consider the mortality of both humans and animals, noting that all return to dust in the end. This realization reinforces the teacher's theme of life's fleeting nature and the mystery of existence, urging readers to live mindfully within the limitations of human understanding and to trust in God's wisdom and timing. Overall, Ecclesiastes Chapter 3 captures the profound themes of time, purpose, divine sovereignty, and the human search for meaning amidst life's inevitable cycles. Let's now read Ecclesiastes Chapter 3. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth? I have seen the travail, which God hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in his time, also he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice, and to do good in his life. And also that every man should eat and drink, and enjoy the good of all his labor, it is the gift of God. I know that, whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever, nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it, and God doeth it, that men should fear before him. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and God requireth that which is past. And moreover I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts, even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man hath no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. All go unto one place, All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better, than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? This ends our reading of Ecclesiastes chapter 3.